All right, welcome back to Politically Homeless. I'm Dave. New location, same great channel, same great theme, couple of new pictures, and I'll have to update the links and the description of this channel. So I decided yesterday, rather than attempting to do a new channel, which wasn't getting monetized, that I would go back to this old platform I've had for quite some time. It's had a number of different names. Started out as a Tulsi Gabbard for President channel. So how right was I about that? Tulsi would have been a great president considering what's been happening in the world. I wish she would run for president. But anyway, I want to talk about this video that I did yesterday that got deleted from that platform. I haven't had a video deleted from a platform in a very long time. And they deleted the video because they said it was medical misinformation. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show the entire article. I'm going to do a screen share here on where this is located so you can go and find it. And I'll put the link in the description of this video. But here it is, okay? This is Jeff Childers. This is COVID and Coffee for September 7th, 2023. There is bombshell information in here, okay? Now, I'm going to stop the screen share here. Yesterday, I talked about how if a company goes in business with a government, let's just say South Africa, okay, because that's what this was about. And South Africa signs a contract with this company and pushes all of the liability onto the country because it's in not even the fine print, it's in the bold print of the contract. And this particular company makes a product that could harm people. It could harm people. Not saying it does, but it could. And in that contract, it basically says that the country assumes that risk. That if it harms anyone, then that country is responsible. That's what this article was about yesterday. It wasn't about the World Health Organization. It wasn't about the WHO's opinion on the efficacy of a certain product that this company makes. Now, we've been going on this for 3 years. I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of, even on the other channel that I do, people will come up to me and they'll say, well, not physically, but they'll send me a message and they'll say, you know, I like you. I agree with you on a lot of things, but on this, you're just so wrong, and you're one of those conspiracy guys. And so I'd like to keep supporting you, or you have a right to your opinion, but there's no evidence. There's no evidence. All right, let me try to explain this again without, saying certain things. Because again, censorship, this is amazing because these are, like I said in the rebuttal video I did, which I deleted because the whole channel is gone. This is the home now of Politically Homeless. Makes no sense, right? But this is where you'll find me, the host of Politically Homeless. So what is really tragic is that from a legal standpoint, this is the biggest CYA in the history of the world, because this particular company also has contracts with every single country on planet Earth. And it's not like they're making widgets, right? Hey, if these widgets fail, then, maybe your car doesn't run correctly or something. It's not a life or death issue. These people are claiming that this product can fix a problem. But not only does it not fix the problem, it creates the need for more products, all right? And this company can offer more products to fix the problem that they have no liability from or 4 in the first place, because they've got lawyers who drew up these amazing contracts, putting all of the blame on the country who implements or administers the product to their population. So if the population comes forward and says, hey, this didn't work for me, there's no recourse. It would be the country. So the only thing I can say moving forward is you might be able to sue the country because they've read the contract and they're still agreeing to administer the product. Think about that for a second. And I tried to explain this yesterday. I buy this water filtration device, and I've noticed that when I turn the kitchen tap on, that this rusty looking water comes out. So I call the company, and they say to me, well, you signed the contract. Did you not read the fine print? Or again, did you not just read the contract? This isn't fine print. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I just trusted that you were trying to clean up my water. Well, you know what? Sorry. I'm sorry this doesn't work for you. But the contract specifically says that if rust comes out of your pipes, out of your faucet, the liability is on you because you read the contract and you signed it. And if you didn't read the contract and still signed it, it's obviously still on you. Why is this hard for people to understand? For all those people who think that the government and these companies have our best interests at heart, forget about what this is trying to cure or trying to fix. If you really think, no, well, Dave, these are made up of individuals just like you and me. No, they're not just like you and me. All right? These people are more concerned about money, obviously, because they're willing to put this contract forward and say, you know what? This doesn't work. This is the greatest deal on earth. And so the water filtration guy can say, hey, I know our product doesn't work, but all of these suckers just signed it because they're so desperate to get that chlorine or whatever it is out of their water. They're so desperate to be able to work and go to school and go on a cruise ship and travel around the world. They're so desperate to do that they sign the damn contract. That doesn't piss you off that happened. So they've got you in a desperate situation. Yeah, I don't want to read this. Give me a pen so I can sign it. I just want the damn stuff so I can do what I was doing before. They said if I did this, they also said, 15 days. They also said, shelter in place. They said all of these things. If I do all these things, then I can have my life back. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the World Health Organization and what they're saying. This is about a private company who is in collusion, literal collusion with the government, because the government is so stupid and they want to give the population something that they're begging out for and crying out for, because the media and these companies, same thing, right? The media, who is funded by these companies, has created this narrative, this fear narrative, where here it is, September of 2023, and there's a new problem on the horizon. And people, again, they have to order their N95 bundle in the mail. Ooh, look at all these decorative ones I just got. Like a Batman, the Joker, Superman. I can be a Marvel comic hero. Just put one of these on and man, am I entertaining. And I'm helping others in the process. I'm helping save the world. There's no problem with that either, right? That's a separate video, and I've already talked about that. But you can't talk about that too. You know what it is? The efficacy of any of this, you can't bring it up. The company isn't offering you a money-back guarantee. They're not saying, hey, if this doesn't work, double your money back, South Africa. Double your money. They do this thing on TV. Well, if our product doesn't work, just return the unused portion for a full refund. Well, in some cases, if it doesn't work, the person won't be able to return the unused portion because those people will be incapacitated or worse. They won't be able to do anything. They won't be able to get their life back. See, this was the promise that was made over and over again. And the people are still scared and still waiting for someone to come along, and they think that this is in their best interest. But even worse than this, these people don't even care if these companies have their back. They just are doing this out of some sort of need to comply with authority. And that's all you can really attribute this type of behavior. These people want to be told what to do with their life. They can't find their own conscience. They can't find their own direction in life. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to wait for somebody in authority, even if that person is not credible, is a failed prophet, has said over and over again, this is what's going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. And then it's like 99.97% of the people are fine, but yet it's a panic. And the panic never ends. Next year, we talk about this new version of what we just went through. And a month goes by, and then they tell you, well, we told you about this particular variant or version, and it appears that this one isn't so bad. After a month's worth of fear-mongering and scaring and programming, these people, they obviously want to be programmed. And this is what drove me crazy in 2020. I'm looking around at my fellow citizens and I'm thinking, you guys want this? Well, we don't want it, but we have to do it. It's for the greater good. No, you really want it because you're not questioning anything. And you got musicians, their whole industry is about live performance. And they're saying, well, we're going to have to shut it down. And then all these other things. Are you essential? I think I'm essential, but they're telling me I'm not. The strip clubs are essential and the churches aren't. All right. And of course, the churches, most of them complied as well. They're just more than happy to give their rights and freedom over. So let's get back to the premise of this article that I showed you from COVID and Coffee, September 7th, 2023. This to me is a bombshell because there's no liability and it goes over to the country and the country signs the contract because they've got citizens who are panicking and either they're buying into it or they don't even care. They're just giving the masses what they want because they've been scared to death. This is the new normal. This has nothing to do, we could put a stop to this in 5 seconds if people said, you guys are lying. This doesn't work. I'm moving on. I will never do this again. But no, your fellow citizens aren't that smart. Besides, they want their Xbox. They want their Netflix. They want to continue to do the things they're doing. There is no revolution here. The revolution cannot start from the couch, all right? It takes a willing population to push back and say no. And that means your shopping habits need to change. Your purchasing needs to change. Your work ethic might need to change. What you put into your body as far as the foods you eat, that might need to change. There may need to be wholesale changes in everything that you do and in everything you think about what these people are doing. All right, now this isn't a conspiracy theory. Again, like I said in the first video that got deleted, hey, you want to believe in direct energy weapons? Have at it. Oh, Dave, it's the biggest threat. This is what happened to Maui. Okay, Jeff Childers, a provable thing that this is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity. It's provable, it's documented, and it's like 5 people seem to care about it. They've rigged this so the country and all the countries, including the United States, signed this contract. And what does that mean? That means that if something happens to you, the company who made the product is off the hook, and it's all on the country that didn't read the print. Never mind the fine print, they didn't read the contract at all. So maybe you need to force your or aim your anger, if you have any, at your government in a way that's just civil and productive, and say, look, here's the scoop. And again, you can use the link here. There's even a link in the link that shows you exactly what they did. And it's fairly easy to explain. And if your local state rep or your congressperson or your senator or your governor doesn't care, well, I know we've got bigger problems. Most likely it's because they've been bought out. They've been bought out, or they think in line with the narrative. They're just saying, this worked fine. Or, you know what? It's not my favorite thing, but if you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. And if that continues, I know there are a lot of people that think survival of the fittest and so forth, and the smart people will survive, and these ridiculous people, they won't be around much longer. It's kind of like that Jimmy Kimmel thing in reverse, where he said, guy taking horse goo, tough luck, Wheezy. Tough luck. I mean, that's what's going on in reverse, maybe. But this is going to take a long time to weed all these people out, because this is the prevailing narrative. And these companies, do you think they're doing this stuff? Of course not. The individuals that work for these companies, they're not taking this. There's no way that they're doing this. No freaking way. If they read their own contract and they said, wow, that doesn't look good, huh? But they're agreeing to it. The governments are agreeing to it because we've scared everybody. And by the way, I'm going to say this like I did yesterday. So who started this? Well, obviously, it's everybody who was involved from the very beginning. And who was the president during that time? I know the Trumpers don't want to hear this. It was Donald J. Trump. He was the president. So did he get a look at this contract? Because if he didn't, that's a problem. If he did, and he still allowed this, that's a bigger problem. And as much as, he's being tried and persecuted for process crimes and maybe a couple of things that are unforced errors, I'm not mad at him about those things. I'm not really even mad at him about J6, obviously. He was told that he won, and he was convinced, and they brought him proof that he won. But since then, personally, I've come to think that he may have lost. All right. So that's neither here nor there when it comes to all these process crimes and things that they're trying to get him on. I do believe it's lawfare, and I do believe it's out of proportion. And there needs to be accountability and balance and everything else. And it seems that the law is only applied when there's a political outcome that is being pursued. Get Trump, get him out of there. See, I empathize with him there. But if he read these documents, people, and still said, sure, let's do this, it's on the government. He's going to be held liable if somebody gets that high up the food chain. And Biden, too, because Biden continued. In fact, Biden probably ramped this up even more. And everybody in the government who administered this and brought it to the states and the counties and the municipalities. Folks, this is the biggest issue ever in the history of planet Earth, if it's true. It's bigger than, the only thing bigger is like, I don't know, Jesus Christ coming back after 3 days. That's kind of a big deal. But other than that, this is the biggest attempt to destroy the human race and the human population in the history of the world. And with no liability and with no accountability and with governments signing on because of the fear and panic that was created. So we'll see if this video stays up. I'll be down to one channel pretty soon. No, I'll keep this channel. I'll get the proverbial warning, or I'll get a strike or whatever it is. And but this is my other channel because it just makes sense. I've got a lot of what I call dead subscribers over here who signed up and probably aren't even aware they're subscribed. So maybe some new people will come on board. If they do, great. If not, completely understood. I know there are people out there talking about, the trailer they live in because they're almost homeless and they're getting, like 200,000 subscribers. But yet on an issue that's this important to humanity, the videos get blocked, banned, and like 50 views or something. So it's just, I'm getting very frustrated with this. And I get it. I'm a fickle character. I know there are people out there that are tired of me. And I get that. But you need to go look at this article at the very least. COVID and Coffee from September 7th. Read it yourself. Read it yourself. Don't read it out loud, though. Don't let anyone hear you read it. And certainly don't read it out loud on YouTube, because that'll be the end of you. And your video will get blocked because this doesn't agree with the World Health Organization, which to me, this has nothing to do with the WHO's recommendations. This is something completely different. And if the powers that be can't understand that, then they're in on this. And it's pretty clear that they're in on this. So that's it.